Welcome back. It is Monday, September 4th, and the MLB. Our four favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. Oh, we don't really want to. It was a bad day, a 1-4 Sunday. Just things, we had some bad luck, bad reads, everything go wrong. A great read, Yankees, Astros under 4.5, first five. Great read, Logan, plus money on that. We'll take it. The other picks, like we could talk about Gosman getting hit with a rain delay, which he probably would have thrown 6 innings, but he got wrecked. Gallen got absolutely toasted by the Orioles too. Freeman didn't get a hit. No surprise there. 1-4 day. We were on such a great streak the previous 4 or 5 days. Gave a little bit back, which sucks. Sunday baseball stinks, which is what it comes to an important announcement. We're not going to have Sunday baseball videos going forward. Monday through Saturday, we got you covered. But Sunday, we're going to take the day off. It's Sunday baseball. Logan can attest for this. It's probably one of the hardest slates to bet. And plus, we'll have a bunch of units pending on NFL. So we'll take Sundays off. Give us a little bit of a day to relax on. I mean, no one really, Sunday baseball, like I said, is really tough to predict. But either way, like speaking of the NFL, let's talk about this great promo that PointsBet is doing with Fanatics. It's a great one, and you guys have been taking advantage of it. They're actually giving away, if you sign up with our top link in description, you place a $50 cash bet with minus 500 odds or longer. You get a $150 Fanatics voucher to use on any NFL jersey or really any jersey in general. So all the details are down below in the description if you want. I know a lot of you guys have taken advantage of it. Hopefully you're getting some cool jerseys with that PointsBet promo, and you can take advantage of that at the top of the description. I did say at the top of the show, we have 4 picks. The fourth one is our Dimers parlay of the day. We've been cooking them on Mondays and Wednesdays. I told you Fridays are cursed. We saw last Friday we had an injury, but Mondays we're tracking it for half a unit. We'll talk about it at the top link in description. I'll give you a teaser at the end of one of the legs, but it's an early start, so go check out that. But speaking of PointsBet, Logan, your first bet, the best odds are on PointsBet. Where are you going today? A 2-unit play too.
Yeah, it is a 2-unit play, and I feel really good about this one. Obviously, I would like to do more 2-unit plays, but we have to get in a row. And I actually really like this one. I'm taking the Cubs on the first 5 money line, minus 125 odds on PointsBet, as you mentioned, currently your best value there. And I am playing it to 2 units because I just think this is a really good spot for the Cubs in this one. I would probably play this to minus 135. FanDuel doesn't really have a line at the time we're recording this video, but minus 135 is probably all the juice I would go. Anything over that, I just don't think it's worth it. Maybe just take a shot on the first 5 run line. But as we've talked about all season long, the difference between the first 5 money line and the run line is that if they are tied through 5 innings, we do get a push on this one. And if you have the first 5 run line, that's graded as an L. So I do like the push equity that we get in the first 5 money line. And let's see who's starting for the Cubs today. It's going to be Justin Steele. It's the guy I want to back. 2.46 ERA and a 1.23 whip at home this season. Justin Steele has been virtually unhittable at home. Going back to May 31st, Steele hasn't allowed more than 3 earned runs in any home start, and only 2 of those starts were ones where he allowed 3 earned runs, which were against the Reds and the Braves. Obviously, the Braves offense, a juggernaut. Most days, not when I pick them, but most days they are. And then you got the Reds who've seen Justin Steele a ton of times. So those are 2 of his 3 earned runs isn't even that bad of a start, but those were some of his more vulnerable outings against the Giants offense that's 29th in strikeouts and 19th in hits on the road. I think this is a spot where Justin Steele has a really good game. And we look at the Giants, too. They're only hitting 143 in their last 3 games against lefties. Not seeing left-handed pitching all that well. They're one of those streaky offenses that just goes through periods where they just can't hit lefties. I think that's kind of what we're seeing once again today. Justin Steele, obviously, very comfortable pitching at Wrigley, and he should have a favorable matchup today. Now, who's starting for the Giants today? It's going to be Logan Webb. 4.63 ERA and a 1.22 whip on the road. I mentioned on the road because Webb has been a far better pitcher at home than he is on the road, and he finds himself in a road spot today. I think this could be a really tough spot for Logan Webb. Look at if we're just doing some prop reading on him, his earned runs prop set to 2.5 with heavy juice on the over. Yes, that could be because he goes deep into this game, but I think in the first 5 innings, he's still going to give up some hits and runs. It's just kind of what he does. Being a pitch to contact pitcher, he's going to have runners on base. That's kind of just the nature of it. So the question is, can the Cubs get those guys home? And the Cubs are a top 10 offense at home. I'm playing at Wrigley, 6th in runs, 9th in hits. It's a top 10 offense that I think on paper should be able to hit Logan Webb. Cubs also coming off a 15-7 win where their offense was clicking on all cylinders. Now, sometimes the contrarian me says, they're just due a bad game the next one. But obviously, they're seeing the baseball well enough to even put up 15 runs. That's kind of how you have to look at it. And coming home, I think they're obviously comfortable at home and should be able to hit them. I think the Cubs bats will provide Justin Steele enough offense to cash this first 5 money line. At the very worst, push it. That's kind of how I see this game going. If you want to take the full game, go ahead. But when you pick full game, then you need the Cubs bullpen to also be great. I'd rather just limit it to the starting pitchers in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one for 2 units. I do really like the play, and hopefully it does cash for us. But Austin, what are you going with today?
Yeah, Logan, I mean, you touched on it. We really both like that one. I think it's a really good look. 2 units. We'll take our chances there. Hopefully the Cubs offense shows up and they can get to Logan Webb. Let's talk about my pick, though. It's going to go to a first 5 team total. It's going to be the Royals team total over 2.5 in the first 5 innings. Currently minus 125 on DraftKings. PointsBet, the promo we talked about at the top of the video, they also have lines for first 5 team total, so definitely check it out there. I think theirs was 3.5, though, at plus 150. So I'll stick with the 2.5 here. I think we've got a good spot here. This is a good first start, early start, 2:10 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you get it locked in early. Now, I do have a FanDuel pivot because I already know the FanDuel people will ask, I can't find this on FanDuel. That's because they don't have first 5 team totals, but this is what I would play. I'd play a first 5 same game parlay. So you go to the first 5 tab, you take the Royals plus 1.5 in the first 5, and you take the over 3.5 in the first 5 at minus 114 odds parlayed together, assuming that the Royals do score 3 runs. I'm confident that Cole Ragans gives up at least 1 run to get that, get that to cash. He could give up more than that, but I think if the Royals score 3, you're going to have a good chance at cashing that. Now, I woke up this morning, I was texting Logan last night. I was saying, man, it's going to be a Bobby 2 bags Witt Jr. day. And then his 2+ bases was minus 145. I was like, oh gosh, I can't do that. And I'm not taking 2+ bases in a parlay. I'm not doing that. But that just makes me think that the Royals team is going to be hot, and Bobby Witt Jr. should be able to do his thing. Now they're going to face Jesse Scholtens, who's going to start for the White Sox. They turned him into a starter, a month or 2 ago. He's been all right, 3.97 ERA and a 1.31 whip. However, you look at his other props. You look at his outs props sitting at 15.5 plus 105 on the over, and his earned runs props sitting at 3.5 minus 105 on the over. So the Bucks, based on these props, they think, number one, the man might go 5 innings pitched, maybe a little bit more than that. And number 2, they think he's given up 3, maybe 4 runs too. But we're getting this first 5 team total set at 2.5. So we have, a little bit of a downgrade on his earned runs prop. And we also can afford errors. Whereas if you take an earned runs prop over, you could maybe see a couple errors and there could be 6 runs scored and Jesse Scholtens at 0 earned runs, which is why I like taking these first 5 team total set at 2.5, because I think we're getting that discount. I think we're getting some good offense today from the Royals. We look at Jesse Scholtens. Why I wanted to target Bobby Witt Jr. today for bases is because he's struggling against right-handed batters, allowing a 306 batting average to righties. This is the Royals team that they really don't have a lot of great lefties. In fact, they're probably going to start 6, maybe 7 right-handed batters against Scholtens. So I love those splits against him. This is the Royals team we've seen be able to score runs. We saw them just drop, 13 or 14 runs up on the Red Sox. I think 5 the next game, maybe 3 the next one after that. But this is a Royals team that when they're facing right-handed pitching, they can hit those. Over the last 30 days, Royals 2nd best batting average and 4th highest batting average on balls in play. First right-handed pitchers at home. This is a team that's great at home and they can hit righties, and that's what we're asking for. This is a guy in Scholtens that really is not missing bats, which is why I put that batting average on balls in play in there, because this strikeout prop is like 3.5 plus money on the over. You look at Scholtens, 8th percentile in K percentage, 11th in whiff percentage. Look, the Royals are a team that now owns the worst record in baseball after Athletics swept the Angels. And then now they are favored about minus 150 on the money line. It's not like it's a pick 'em. We're like, maybe the Royals get it done. They're favored by minus 150. So the books are clearly expecting the Royals offense to show up today because they never can count on the Royals pitching, although Ragans is probably their best pitcher they got. I think that their offense shows up, get us 3 runs in the first 5 innings. We're taking the Royals team total over 2.5 first 5, minus 125 on DraftKings. But Logan, your third play, what's it going to be?
Yeah, I've got a full game over as mine. I'm going to the Battle of Texas. I'm taking the Astros and the Rangers over 9.5 total runs. Minus 105 odds on BetMGM, currently your best value there. Now, I really do like the over in this game, as both teams actually need this game desperately. I think steals, extra base hits will be plentiful, and I really don't think either of these 2 starting pitchers is going to stand in the way of some runs in this one. Look at who's starting for the Rangers. It's going to be Andrew Heaney. 4.3 ERA and a 1.42 whip. I mean, the whip is just always sky high for this guy. I mean, you never know what you're going to get when he comes out there. It just could be a walk fest, could be a home run derby. I've seen it all from Andrew Heaney, actually. And against the Astros, Heaney's allowing a 269 batting average in his career. So they've seen him before, and they've hit him before. If you look at each of the individual splits for several of the Astros hitters, like Jose Altuve, hit parlay today, some of them have really good splits versus Andrew Heaney. I think there's going to be some familiarity there, especially because the Astros are seeing Andrew Heaney for a 4th time this year. They should know how to hit him by now. I think this one sets up really poorly for Andrew Heaney facing a team for a 4th time. They hopefully have him figured out. If you look at his previous 3 matchups versus the Astros, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs back on July 26th. The one before that, 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, July 2nd, and then 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs for on April 16th. So the third time they saw him, they finally figured him out. They got some hits and runs up on him. I think the fourth time they should be able to maybe do some really big damage in this one. Hopefully 5+ earned runs. Hopefully they just chase Heaney early and he hosts batting practice. That would be really cool. And you look at the total. The total went over in 2 out of those 3 starts versus Heaney. I mean, it's just one of those things like when Heaney's on the mound, if you take an under, you are just praying and praying. And I don't think that's a really good look. Houston also hitting .373 in their last 5 road games. So they've actually been a really good offense on the road, because last night, what the heck was that? You put up the breadstick on the scoreboard for the Astros. I mean, that's not how you want to play Sunday Night Baseball. But I also mentioned when I took the first 5 over, I was like, I like the Yankees matchup versus them. This one, I like their matchup versus Andrew Heaney, and I think they get some hits and runs up on him. And who's starting for the Astros today? JP France. 2.04 ERA and a 1.24 whip on the road. Those are really good road start numbers for JP France. But look, France faced the Rangers on July 25th, went 7 innings pitched, allowed 0 earned runs. I would be really, really shocked if he pitches another gem in this one, especially, with how he's been pitching recently. Pitching is one of those things. It's like, is your confidence there? I would argue that JP France's confidence is a bit shaken, because France has a 9 ERA and a 1.93 whip in his last 3 games. He has not been pitching really well. I mean, at all. He's not missing bats like he used to, and hitters seem to be figuring him out. That's kind of dangerous for young pitchers. It's like once they reach a point where the hitters kind of know how to hit them, then you kind of see the downward swing. And I think that's what is happening with JP France. France also allowing 285 batting average to righties. So there could be several right-handed batters in this lineup that can make him pay. And I think obviously the lefty bats do damage in their own right, like the Seagers, the Nate Lowe. Those types of guys will be on base, and hopefully the righties are the ones that can hit them home, because I think that's just kind of what we've seen with this Rangers offense all year long. Rangers first in runs, second in hits at home. I'm telling you, that stadium just plays perfectly to those extra base hits. They know how to get it done there. And look at the bullpens. Once these 2 starters come out, over the last 2 weeks, Texas 23rd in bullpen ERA at a 5.55 ERA. You got Houston in 20th at a 4.41 ERA. So these are 2 bottom 10 bullpens over the last 2 weeks. There should be run opportunities late in this game as well. I just think any way you slice it, there's going to be hits and runs all 9 innings of this one. I do think we get up and over that 9.5 total. It's high, but I think it's high for a reason. I hope it stands a really good chance of cashing.
Yeah, Logan, I really like the play. Given it's the first game of this series, I don't expect them to use all their best bullpen arms as well. So I think it's a really good one. Those are our 3 favorite plays of the day. Our 4th play, as I talked at the top of the show, our Dimers hit parlay 3 legs. Logan teased one of them. It's Jose Altuve. Go check out the other 2 guys. One of them's in an early start as well. So go check it out. Top link in the description. We're going to track it towards a half unit. It's plus 150. So whatever that one's back, 0.75. We'll take that. Hopefully we cash that one out. Monday parlays have been really good to us lately. But either way, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you want to sign up for PointsBet, all the details are down below in the description. So you get that $150 Fanatics voucher to get some cool jerseys for the upcoming NFL season. We have some cool stuff coming on the way for the NFL. Get excited. We'll see you guys back again on Tuesday with some more picks. We'll see you then. Peace.